Hello and welcome to the first edition of TeachKind's video series. Today's topic is Rationale for incorporating compassion for animals into the curriculum. In this video, we'll talk about three main reasons why doing so is so important. TeachKind is the Humane Education Division of People for the Ethical Treatment of Animals. We work with teachers in schools around the country to help them integrate compassion for animals into their curriculum. We do this by conducting teacher workshops, doing outreach at educational conferences, providing free lessons and resources, and working with teachers directly in their classrooms. All our materials and services are provided at no cost to educators or schools. My name is Lizbeth Chiraboga, and I'm the program manager here at TeachKind. I was a classroom teacher in New York for 12 years, and I've taught students in all grades from kindergarten through 5th. I have a master's degree in elementary education and licenses in bilingual and TESOL education as well. I've been a coordinator for English language learners and served on the executive board of the United Federation of Teachers Humane Education Committee for over 10 years. Many schools work hard on anti-bullying efforts and encouraging social and emotional growth. Teaching kids to be kind to animals should be a natural component of these efforts. It can foster pro-social behavior, help prevent future violence, and motivate students academically. But unfortunately, many times animals are simply not part of the conversation and are not even considered in terms of character building efforts in schools. In this video, we'll discuss why animal issues need to be thoughtfully included in the curriculum. First, some states have specific provisions in their education laws that mandate teaching kindness to animals. For example, in New York, all publicly funded elementary schools are required to provide instruction in the humane treatment and protection of animals. In California, teachers are expected to provide instruction in the humane treatment of living creatures. And in Florida, the required instruction includes kindness to animals. In addition, many other states legally mandate character education, and the rest of the states support character education efforts without legislation. Character education is important because it involves teaching children to understand, care about, and act on core ethical values such as respect for others, justice, and responsibility for self and others. So teaching kindness to animals should be included in these efforts. We can capitalize on children's natural interest in and affinity for animals as a vehicle for teaching character development without sacrificing instructional time in the classroom. You can find a listing of these types of laws by state at teachkind.org/charactered. Next, I'd like to ask you to close your eyes for a moment and think about your animal companion at home or another animal who's had a big impact on you. Now, open your eyes. Did you have any warm and tingly feelings when thinking about an animal? I know I do when I think of my cats Cloudy and Spuds at home. Many people do, but it's okay even if you didn't. What's important to recognize here is that children get those types of feelings when talking about animals, so that's why it's a great motivation for learning in the classroom. Last, there's an epidemic going on that doesn't get talked about often. When I do trainings, I find that while many educators have heard of a few incidents in their own community where kids have abused animals, they're not aware that this abuse is happening in epidemic proportions around the country. Every week, PETA hears disturbing reports of children and teens who've allegedly committed acts of cruelty to animals. TeachKind has taken on the sad task of documenting these reported incidents since 2013. And keep in mind that countless more go unreported. Descriptions of the incidents you saw as red dots on the map and links to their news reports can be found at teachkind.org/epidemic. Studies show that children who witness an animal being abused by someone they know are more likely to commit similar acts of cruelty themselves. And research also indicates that instances in which young people witness animal abuse are prevalent and widespread. So, what can we do with this information? Well, if we as educators know that the link between animal abuse and interpersonal violence is well documented by the FBI, and that young people who abuse animals often go on to commit violence against humans, with research showing that 43% of school shooters began by abusing animals. If we know this, we can focus on the fact that the opposite of this is also true. When we foster children's empathy for animals, they demonstrate more empathic behavior toward their peers. And I've seen this firsthand throughout my entire teaching career. Now that you know why we need to incorporate compassion for animals into the curriculum, you're probably excited to learn how to do it. How do you integrate compassion for animals into your curriculum? Watch the rest of TeachKind's video series to learn all about our free resources which can guide you step by step. And please feel free to contact us directly at info@teachkind.org with any questions. We're here to support compassionate educators like you.